This is Dave with Scale and Control. Today I'm going to run you through our WLS 555 weigh on the move wheel loader scale. In front of us we have our 10-inch rugged tablet. Comes with a RAM mounting bracket pair. This is our controller board I/O module. So this is the controller, this is the I/O. Pair of fuses. Comes on a nice steel plate bracket. Typically going to mount this under the nose plate at the front of the wheel loader. This is our wireless printer. When we're done printing, on this chip is a Wi-Fi signal. This Wi-Fi signal sends the data to the tablet and to the printer wirelessly using our Wi-Fi. No need to run cables into the cab. It's a really nice, easy solution. So we have a pair of proc sensors that are ferrous based, so they read metal. A number of people will send you out a target that you have to weld on your boom. We're using the boom itself as the target. So if you were to look at the pivot point of the boom arm being up here, we have a left adjustment, up and down adjustment pair of proc sensors on the left and right adjustable plates. As the boom goes past the first proc sensor, it's going to start the actual weighing. The span is about 3 inches between the proc sensors, and the actual span is approximately 3 feet from the first proc sensor to the second proc sensor. And during that movement, so as you're coming out of the pile and you're rolling forward to the truck, you're going to go ahead and you'll lift up past the proc sensor. It's going to do the whole weighing cycle while you're on your way to the truck to offload. It's a nice, clean, slick system. We've had a lot of success with it. On the WLS 555 loader scale, we have a really nice advantage over other products in the market. It's user installable. With it being Wi-Fi, it makes the installation really straightforward. We build the product in Winona, Minnesota. We are the manufacturer. We offer 7-day-a-week technical support. It's an easy product to install. It's an easy product to support. When we do a quote on a scale, we always look at the static tip load capacity of the wheel loader. So we had a customer do a Komatsu WA 470-8 2 weeks ago. The static tip load capacity on that machine was 47,000 pounds. We advertise a 1% or less error. So at 1%, it would have been a 470 pound error. When the customer was done his calibration, he had a 60 pound error, which is phenomenal for a hydraulic loader scale. We did a pair of cat loaders at a chip operation in Oregon 2 weeks ago. Static tip load capacity on those machines were 380 to 400 pounds. Our error on each of those machines was 70 pounds. We have a really accurate scale. You'll enjoy the accuracy and the ease of use. Typical for the marketplace with our competition, they pretty much all will send out a 5K pressure transducer. So the problem with doing that is if you've got 3,300 PSI and you're putting on 5K transducers, your resolution on the 5K is going to create a higher error than the way we do it. So if you have 3,300 PSI relief pressure, we are going to ship 3.5K pressure transducers. You're going to get more accuracy out of the gate because you don't have the resolution difference between the 5K and the 3.5K. We're the only manufacturer that's doing that. So we look at what your relief pressure is on your loader and we match the transducer to suit that. In front of us is the user interface. This is a 10-inch rugged, shockproof, dustproof, waterproof tablet. It's got great user viewability. In the direct sunlight with a pair of polarized glasses on, you can see the screen on this with no hesitation. So in front of us, I've got my menu up here. This shows me that I'm connected to the Wi-Fi chip. This is an alert, so if I had anything that was out of sync in terms of a sensor, I can't create a failure at the moment, but if anything goes wrong, you'll see a number 1, 2, 3, 4, and that'll tell you that there's something wrong. I would click on the bell, it would tell me what my alerts are. You would call tech support and they'd walk you through it. This is my bucket count. This is material in my bucket. This is my accumulated weight. This is my target. This is my percentage of target. It fills up like a bar graph. If you are tracking customers, you can go and set up unlimited customers, unlimited materials, unlimited attachments. If you are your only customer, you just set yourself up as that customer and you don't have to worry about it. So if I go ahead and I pick up a load, you'll see that I've got 2 tons that I picked up. I haven't hit the start button. All I'm doing is lifting the bucket arm. Every time you lift the bucket arm, it's going to read a weight. Now I want to go through, and I actually want to start a load. So I've got a 10-ton capacity. I'm going to hit the start button. It has a built-in data logger. It will automatically record every bucket. It'll give you a time and date stamp. You'll be able to see how much material. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick up our first bucket. I've got 20%. I've got 1 bucket. Go ahead and add some more material. Now I've got an accumulated weight of 4. And I'm working off of a simulator, so when you look at how the numbers work, they may not be perfect because of this just working off a potentiometer. I've got 10 tons, I've got 10 in target. I'm full. I'm going to go ahead and hit my finish button. It's writing a log file, and it's also preparing the print file. So this will automatically kick out a ticket if you need a ticket. If you don't need a ticket, you can put your company name. I can take this off, give it to my customer. I can print another ticket. Nice, easy to use system. Within the scale, I can come in and I can set up a whole bunch of factors. I've got a home button, attachments, customers, materials. I've got my log files. I've got diagnostics, calibration. I can reprint tickets from here. I can go in and set up my users, and I can connect to external Wi-Fi. So also over here, from a system setting standpoint, you can identify if you want to weigh in tons, pounds, metric tons, kilograms. We can also weigh in volume, so I can do cubic yards, cubic feet, cubic meters. We're reading pressure, so we're in PSI. I can change my temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit. I hit submit. I change that setup. Over here, I can put in under the system, I can put in my machine ID. I can turn on calculate price, so we can calculate price. We also can put in the sales tax rate. We can do unit rounding. If I'm stopping a load and I want to confirm, have the operator confirm I'm stopping it, we can turn that on. So we have all these little soft switches that you can turn off. I can set a bucket limit. I can have a target exceeded alarm. I can have a duration. I turn on my thermal printer. I can print PDF tickets in addition to my thermal printer. I can have an invoice start number. I put in my contact information for the top of the ticket. When I'm done with my changes, I hit submit. It writes the information to the scale controller. Under my diagnostic screen, so I'm running the scale, and let's say I get an alert. I go in here to my diagnostics, and as you can see, my pressure changes. If I move my prox sensor, you'll see if I'm up position or down position. From this, you call tech support. They'll ask you to read off whatever information they feel is pertinent to the issue you're having. They will then ask you to come over here, and they'll go to the EEPROM, and here they can have you change values. So all you do is hit the pencil. They will say change the 10 to whatever they want you to change it to. They'll have you go in and hit submit. It's an easy system to diagnose over the phone. We support systems all across North America. It's just a simple product to work with. Data logging. I've got a log file. If I want the log file, I go ahead and I save it. I'm writing it. It's going to download onto the tablet. From there, I could connect to Wi-Fi or a hotspot, and I could email it over. On the top of the tablet, there's a USB port. I could plug in a USB stick. We also, this is written on an SQLite database. We also can give you a link to the data file for each scale, and you could have your database guy go in and directly communicate with the scale. Nice options. If I wanted to set up my attachments, I come into my attachment list. So when I put in my attachment, I've got a 3-yard bucket. 3-yard bucket, I can put in the serial number. Scale enabled allows me to calibrate it. We do have icons that you can pick for the different attachments. When I'm done setting up an attachment, I hit submit. So everything in the system has large characters, easy to read. Here you'll notice that I've got an identifier that says it's calibrated. My forks are calibrated. My 5-yard bucket's calibrated. If these aren't calibrated, that screen would be blank. So it wouldn't be green, it would just be white, and it would not say calibrated. So when you buy the system and you initially set it up, put in all of your attachments, set them up to go, then when you're working and you need to switch an attachment, it's a really simple thing to do. So here I'm going from a 5-yard to a 3-yard. I say, okay, that's all I have to do to make the change. We're working with a 5-yard bucket. Same thing applies to material. We have the ability to weigh in tons, and we can also weigh in cubic yards. In cubic yards, we can go in and we can have you set the density of a dry material, and you can take that same material and set it up as a wet material. And that way you get a much more accurate reading as to the cubic yard weight. If I come over here to my tickets, I can hit the last ticket. I can reprint it, and you'll see it reprint it. If I had my PDF fully set up, I can pull a PDF ticket, and it'll be on an 8.5 sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11. It looks just like an invoice. It's a really nice, easy to use product. For my users, I can go and set up different users. I can give them different. So here, I can give them a username and a password. I also can set up what their permissions are. A lot of our customers will use the username and password to filter the quality of the operation, his performance, how long it takes him, what are his averages compared to other operators. So there's a bunch of benefit you can get from setting up individual users. When the scale turns on, there is a user login and password. You can, by going to Wi-Fi, you can hook up external Wi-Fi if you want to do other things outside of the scale. For my materials, we're going to come in to my dirt. And so I've got an alias name and a long name. I'm weighing in weight. I'm weighing by the ton. And I've turned it on so that a ton of my dirt is $48 a ton. And I'm using my dirt icon. From a customer standpoint, if you wanted to track a customer, you can come in here, you can put in an alias, a long name, phone number, address, city, state. You can put in a project number, you can put in discounts. Are they taxable? Do they require a PO? Do they require a truck number? If you turn on truck number every time you go to start a load, a truck number screen would come up and you can enter the truck number, and it would print out on the ticket, and it would be recorded in the log file. There's a whole bunch of options here. We've got our support number, we've got our phone number, contact. Our operations manager manual sits on the scale. And so if I'm properly set up, I can download the manual and it'll sit on the tablet. And it's easy for the operator to go in and pull up the tablet as a PDF. Again, this is an easy scale to operate. I've gone out of the scale. There's an icon that sits on the tablet when I want to go into the scale. I just click on it. You can see that it loads quickly. I'm going to full screen by pressing that. Look forward to providing more information, and we appreciate your time to watch this video.